My friend John is the fattest friend I have. He looks like he could give birth out in a second. My friend John, he's so fucking fat. And something about his dog too. I don't. That's my new. Here's my Aaron Lewis impression. Oh, I'm coming home for the brisket. We gotta stop shitting on him.
Nah, we don't.
Ready? 3,
2, 1. Oh no,
Give you some good blooper material.
That intro is going to be part of it.
Well, now we got the sync.
Yeah, we got the sync. Yeah, I'll need it.
We can do a tail sync as well if we need to, but we won't need to because
tail
we got
sync.
the head sync.
Yeah, I saw them open for NSYNC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I saw a sign the other day said Speed Hump. That was my nickname in high school. So this is the newest addition to the.
I saw that.
I got this for winning chess against somebody. He said it was an elephant, and I'm inclined to believe him.
Well, yeah. See, because
and don't get too handsy because I got a rape whistle.
Hey,
so
we're all locked in here alone. Yes, sir.
So I got to tell you about this new, not new band, but I've just absolutely fallen in love with this band. Some recent developments. Megadeth is my new favorite band. I didn't like them because of the bass player they had. So I'm really glad that they fired him. Yeah. How you like that for an intro?
So I guess we're gonna go there, but I'll keep it brief.
Jonathan, right before we started, was like, "Don't bring up the Megadeth thing. I don't want to talk about it." And he's like, "I mean, I guess if you want to." I was like, "Okay, first thing."
All right. Well, I will keep it brief. Brennan has
tell Robbie Four Hooves all about your
Robbie Four Hooves.
All about your.
So not to get into a man's business, but I'll give you the super short intro. You guys, if you have the interwebs, then you probably already know the story. David Ellefson, longtime founding member, bass player for Megadeth. He got into a little bit of trouble recently. He had made a female friend online, and they exchanged some video chat together. Ooh. And just out of respect for him and his family, I'm not going to go into it. You can read it yourself. And anyway, this young lady recorded these things and shared them with a friend. Said friend released them to the whole world. And initially the friend said that the girl was underage. Turns out the girl came out and said that she is not, or nor was she ever underage during this. It was consensual. It's strictly online. So David Ellefson broke no laws. Yes, he did do something wrong. You know, he's married, has kids, but once it became a non-legal matter, I felt like it was none of our business anymore. So leave it alone and let it go.
Yeah.
Well, 2 weeks after all this happens, Dave Mustaine decides to fire David Ellefson. Dave Mustaine, a man who, has never done anything wrong in the entire 30-something years of Megadeth.
He's a good Christian boy.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah. Yeah. Dave has never, ever, I'm sure he's never cheated on his wife. I'm sure he's never done anything that was embarrassing to the band, to his friends, to his family, to his children. Dave Mustaine has never done anything that has cost his bandmates money or anything else, even though David Ellefson has stood behind Dave Mustaine like a best friend for decades. But so all sarcasm aside, I think this is probably the biggest jerk move Dave has ever done.
Well, you were telling me about the Japanese theater that they got invited to play. And here, let me get that out of here.
Oh, no, it's not bothering me. Yeah, back in, I think it was 92, they were,
What else happened in 92?
You were born.
More importantly, anyways.
It's like having a special child. So, I'm gonna have to fix the camera in a minute. There you go.
This. All right.
But in 1992 they were invited to play at the Budokan in Japan, and that's if you've at least everyone knows the album Cheap Trick Live at Budokan. I mean, the Budokan Theater is you have to be invited to play there in Japan. It is an honor to be invited to play at the Budokan. Megadeth was invited to play the Budokan Theater. Once in a lifetime experience. Because Dave Mustaine was such a needle heroin addict, they had to cancel the trip. So once in a lifetime experience for everybody, and Mr. Perfect, who was a raging drug addict, had to cancel it.
Yeah.
Every time a member of the band quits, he turns on them and calls them names and badmouths them.
Super professional.
So, and I've stood behind Dave Mustaine and Megadeth for over 30 years. Always been my favorite band. But now this was the last straw. And you know, I'm sure he'll never hear this, but any of you Megadeth fanboys, you know, I still love the old music and I'm still going to listen to the music. But as far as any love or respect that I have for Dave Mustaine, it is now gone.
Yeah.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
And Dave, you're a jerk and you're a hypocrite and we deserve better. And you know what, Dave? I'm sorry. You'll never, ever have the camaraderie and the class that Metallica has. And I thought I'd never say that. So I'm sorry.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
May I say the worst thing about Dave Mustaine?
What?
His singing. All that aside, he's a horrible singer. He was pretty good back in the 90s. Like,
yeah. Well, he was never a singer.
Well,
I mean, he sings,
well,
but
yeah.
he's not a singer.
He should be.
But
maybe if he spent more money on vocal lessons and less money on heroin,
true.
Maybe he'd be a pretty good singer.
But I just think he's just the tipping point right now is, you know, some guy that stood behind him all these decades and defended him all these decades. And one little stupid act, and I'm not defending what David Ellefson did. That was stupid. He made a mistake, but that's between him and his family right now. Mm-hmm. Has nothing to do with Megadeth. It's not nearly as embarrassing as the things Dave Mustaine has put Megadeth through in 30-something years.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Dave. Me and you are done. You'll never get another dime out of me. You'll never see me another show. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Quit being such a jerk and think about camaraderie and family. Maybe you should take a note from James Hetfield because, you know, at least they're respectful to their ex-band members.
Yeah, and he, you know, he's stuck by Lars despite him being horrible at drums. Sorry, Lars.
No, but true.
I think Lars is a decent drummer. Everybody else likes to shit on him. Like, he's good.
He's just, I don't know. He's just...
He does what he needs to do.
Yeah.
He's not bad. Like, Metallica would suck if he was bad.
I don't think he's bad. I think he's gotten lazy.
I could agree with that. Well, I mean, he just doesn't need to progress much, you know?
Right.
Well, and I mean, Metallica has a very specific sound. They're not going out there trying to be Dream Theater or Opeth or where you need a exceptionally talented percussionist or you're not gonna sound good. Like, they're just, you know.
And also what people in defense of Lars, which I never thought I'd use those words, but in defense of Lars and all those other guys,
really, that's how close we were. Tell me about Lars.
These guys are in their late 50s now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He's not going to play drums like he did when he was in his 20s. No. Can you do? Well, you're in your 20s, but yeah. I can't even I can't do menial tasks like I could when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I'm not even in my 50s yet.
Sex is real hard. Win some, you lose some.
I know, yeah.
All right, well,
but anyway, in Rant,
yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that. You know, I'll still listen to the old stuff, but as far as my standing behind Dave Mustaine, you know, me and you are done, buddy. I'm sorry. You're a jerk, and you're a hypocrite, and, you know, and you get to live with yourself every single day. So
that's probably the worst punishment of all.
Probably. Because
has to look in that mirror and go, ah! Every day.
Yep. And no, he's never going to be James Hetfield.
No.
Sorry.
Who looks fantastic, by the way. Out of the two of them, who'd have thunk?
Oh, my God. James Hetfield
He became
aged
a hot dad.
So well.
Hot grandpa now, right?
I don't think he's a grandpa
hot
yet,
yeah.
But he's got I think his oldest is grown.
Yeah.
But and his James's daughter is actually an amazing singer and guitar player.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks better now than he did in the 80s.
Yeah. When he looked so homeless back in the early days, and now it's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean,
watch out for that.
Yeah. Who put this here?
I did.
Who put this together?
I can take it down if you need
No,
to.
it's not bothering me.
It just bothered you.
If I was going to get rid of everything in this room that bothered me, I would be talking to myself for 2 hours.
Ooh. Well, Dave Mustaine, you're always welcome on the podcast. So.
Yeah, you and Aaron Lewis can stand up here and talk about who's better at being the most awesome person in the world.
They can race out the door to see who can leave first.
But anyway, in Rant, thanks for not bringing that up, though. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
I kind of left the door open for you.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're like, you can if you want to.
If you bring it up, I'll talk about it.
You wanted to talk about it. You needed to get
yeah.
that.
And
you
this
needed
was
to get it off your chest for the record.
And this was a much shorter version than what Brennan had to deal with the other day. Of course, I also had a lot more booze in me, and I was still angry. Yeah. But anyway, so so I finally flipped the script, and now I'm back as Metallica as my favorite over the Metallica Megadeth.
Who's your favorite out of the 4?
That's kind of hard because honestly, it all depends. What mood I'm in. On the mood I'm in.
I could see that.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to listen to shitty metal? It's Anthrax.
Or maybe I can listen to something I can't even understand. We'll get to that in a minute.
Can't even understand. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't bring my translator with me, but
he's too busy at home in his GIMP box.
Well, no, him and Dave Mustaine are making a record together.
Oh, okay.
It's called. I've got nothing. I'm done with him.
It's called Super Death.
He's not even worth me like making fun of him anymore. Yeah. So, sorry, Dave. Aaron Lewis beat you in that game.
Ooh, you like Aaron Lewis more than Dave Mustaine now?
I like making fun of Aaron Lewis more than Dave Mustaine.
Oh, fair enough. All right, next segment. Did you prep some questions for me?
Yeah. I don't think I can get 10, and I have to have a cheat sheet with me because I literally sat down all day yesterday while I was working at the house, going through all the old podcasts, like they've been out or something.
Yeah.
And that is a lot. I was so sick of hearing my own voice.
Yeah.
And I already don't like listening to you.
Yeah.
So it was a menial thing, and I did it sober, which was even worse. So,
why did you just get drunk and do it?
Because then I would have gotten angry.
Like yard work or heavy equipment operating.
Yeah, or like driving that school bus. Yeah. I mean, So let me get I get about 5 for you this week.
That's fine.
But I have to have a little cheat.
Cheaty cheat.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, the rules were from the music I gave you or the.
It just has stuff we talked about.
Is that better?
Yeah, you keep getting over top of it. Don't do that. Don't do that. People are gonna leave.
So, who? Mustaine?
Lewis?
Oh, he's gonna leave.
Lewis.
Okay.
Aaron.
So question number 1.
Okay.
On our very first podcast.
Oh. Wait, the intro or the first official?
The first official one.
Okay.
What color pants was I wearing?
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
There's a desk in the way.
The song "This Is Not an Exit" by Anthrax.
Yeah.
What was that written about?
The book American Psycho.
Ding 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 ding. Yes. Okay. All right.
The real life killer Christian Bale, American Psycho.
Well, he's a killer.
He's got bodies.
He's a killer. Okay. What was the other one? I had some. Like I said, I'm really. Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Just gonna keep playing with your microphone.
That's interesting. Okay.
You didn't even know the answer to this question?
No, I'm just kidding. A little more.
You said you were sober when you did this.
See, that's the problem. Well, I'm sober right now. Like right now. Another one about this is a few podcasts later. The song "Miracle Man" is about whom?
Shit.
Wrong. Nope, not Dave Mustaine. Sorry.
His face is busted. I'll tell you that, Dave Mustaine. I know it's not the one that the other two were written about.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Which that was something Baker.
Yeah, Jim Baker. That was the other one.
I keep wanting to say Ted Haggard, but that was the crystal meth and gay sex guy, and I know it's not right. Mm-hmm. Can't remember.
Jimmy Swaggart.
Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Swaggart, Haggart.
All right. From another podcast, 2 of the bands that I introduced you to, the Backyard Babies and the Helicopters, they hail from what country?
Sweden.
All right. 2 out of 3. I'll give you 2 more.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Which song do I hate the most?
Out of everything?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
Dirt Road or Gucci Gang?
Ooh. Gucci Gang.
You're right.
Yeah.
By a slim margin.
Yeah. They're basically the same thing, but the reason you like Dirt Road more is because it's got white people in it.
Okay, this is a hard one.
Canceled. Anyway.
A couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I introduced you to a band called Dirty Rig with their song Drunk Again.
Mm-hmm.
The lead singer of that band is the lead singer of what other band that is one of my favorites?
I know the song.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket 88.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just think for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a rocket.
88. Mm-hmm.
It was the Meatmen, Manitoba's Wild Kingdom,
Excuse me.
and
Come on, use your heart and soul.
I know the song. I just can't.
Come on.
Hang on.
Come on, big guy.
Could I look up the answer? Does it count if I look? No.
No, that's cheating. All right, I'm gonna do the Jeopardy thing.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. For those of you playing at home, the password is chlamydia.
Never trust a girl that can spell gonorrhea right on the first try.
All right.
Don't tell me.
We're gonna sit here for 2 hours.
Yes, we're gonna sit here for 2 hours. But that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the first letter of the
W.
band? Warrior Soul.
Bam.
Yes.
4 out of 5.
Yes. I knew it. I was thinking Sawyer Wool, and that was what was tripping me up. I'm dyslexic when I think about things.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, that was your 5 this week. But yeah,
so at episode, I kind of want to do this as a regular thing. At episode 20, we'll do 10 questions again. So that way you have more time to prepare it because you know it's coming up.
And not that I didn't prepare. Like, I literally went through almost all of them.
You don't have to, like, pull directly from a podcast if it's anything we've talked about.
Like, not at home, not on the podcast?
Like at Moody's.
I don't think we want to bring up anything we talk about at Moody's.
Well, just music-related stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you fucking God, just die already. So you came on, you did my podcast last week.
I did.
Fun. Was that last week or the week before?
That was last
week
before.
Yeah. Or no. We did it the same day.
Yeah, so it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
That was fun. That was fun.
It was a
we
lot
were
of
supposed
fun.
to be nice to each other, and we didn't. We couldn't.
We couldn't do it.
We've crossed the threshold.
We're not even nice to each other when we're out at like Moody's. Like people are gonna think we really hate each other, which, that's fine. That'll drum up. I don't know.
Business.
Fake
business. Shout out to Tim Dillon. Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah. We and you posted it. I was so glad you went and posted it on your podcast so that we could finally publicly get the word out about this.
Yeah.
About this whole thing, even though, as you say, I tell everybody I know.
Yeah. No, and people you don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's great. You're the marketing king, and I like it.
I am.
It's unfortunately, who would have thought there's so much stuff you have to do to get a podcast going? But we're almost there. We're so close.
Of course, when you see this one, we'll have already been there. But
right about Dupree.
Yeah, we are touching the cotton.
What do we have? So we've got a logo that is like 98% there. It just needs a font change.
Yeah, I mean, I like that font, but
yeah.
It can change.
Yeah, I've already laid him out on what we're changing to. So probably with that, he'll give me the PNG files, and I say we just start putting out episodes, even if it's just the static image.
Yeah, and I need to film the outro.
Yep.
Which the only reason why I didn't was because I was monkeying around with the camera.
Yeah, no worries.
Stuff.
So we got that. Intro and outro music is done. Yeah,
sounds great.
Like it?
Yeah. Well, of course, you guys will know.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna hear it.
Yeah. This is all posthumous.
This will be like the 12th time you've heard it, I hope.
They're gonna be like, "Fuck, yes, we know."
Like, would you quit talking about old stuff?
Yeah. But we're catching you guys up. So.
Yeah. Well, what if this is the first one you
I want you to know how we're feeling right now.
Yeah.
And that's
Tell me
extremely
about your feelings.
horny. Men have 3 emotions: angry, sad, and horny.
I have one: angry.
Yeah.
And,
All the time.
And tired.
Yeah.
Is that an emotion?
Is sleepy an emotion?
I'm always sleepy.
It's like men with colors. There's like 7 colors.
Yeah.
But you're OCD, so you
I'm
you
OCD.
probably see like 100 variants of each color.
Yeah, I do.
No, that's creamsicle. It's not light orange.
That's taupe.
You play it.
It's faded taupe.
Yeah. So,
See?
logo's almost done, and that watch came off.
Just put it there with the 15 other watches.
It's 4. You know that it's 4.
I got a tighter shot this time, so you can actually see all the goods and wares
Oh, cool.
that you got. Take one of these things when you're going to the dungeon, whatever video game that was, Legend of Zelda, I think. Before you're.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
last.
like you pick the
You pick something.
the sword or the shield or no, that was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that was past my time. I quit playing video games literally like with Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I quit playing yesterday, so yeah. Fingers crossed. No, I haven't played in a while. I have a huge video game addiction.
Oh,
I'll just get sucked in. I was in the job training facility I think I've brought up before, and my space mate. So it's sort of the rooms are set up as big giant rooms. Picture the dorms as like H's, and then the tips of the H are different wings, and then the cross sections like the hangout area. So each wing, the 4 wings, A, B, C, and D. And I was in B wing, and my space mate. So it's big, large rooms, and then it's almost like cubicles. They have these risers that separate bunks or separate beds as into sections of 2, and then those dividers have storage in them. So my space mate, he went on leave for the weekend, and he left me his PS3, and he left me the game Skyrim, which is a RPG game to play over the weekend. And I sat there to play, and I kind of came to at 9:45 that Sunday night, and I was sitting there, and I said, "Oh, I haven't done anything for 48 hours except for play this game and eat."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't realize I was so focused on this world that I created. I didn't talk to anybody. I just sat there, played the game, paused it, walked over to the dining hall and ate. And as soon as I ate, I came back and kept playing. I don't even remember going to the dining hall because I just sat there alone and ate so I could get back to the game. If they would have let me bring food back, I would have done that. It was so that.
We under attack?
Lord? Is that you? So anyway, video games, addicted, cannot put the elephant so that he's fucking the horse.
Oh, all right. Well, that's pleasant.
That won't make any sense to our
our
audio listeners. So
it's okay. You have to watch and listen and watch and listen.
check out the YouTube. Check out the Patreon.
Check out the
We've got our
Instagram.
two first Patreon episodes planned out.
We do. Yes, we do.
We're gonna listen to, and one of them is star on the show this week.
That's right.
Featured on the show this
Featured
week.
on the
is
show.
better.
That's all on purpose.
He's coming in. He's making a cameo. Come on in, Jerry.
Come on, Jerry. Come on in. Oh no. Oh, he's running late.
Yeah, we had to.
He had something better to do.
We had to call in. Insert musician here instead. Go back in and cut that in. So
Yeah, I'll edit whatever we're feeling.
Mike Tyson or something.
Mike Tyson.
Is he a musician?
He's a boxer.
No, he's a drummer. He beats the shit out of people's faces.
Mostly just women.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ooh. And Don King.
Yeah.
Fuck Don King. Calling you out, bitch. Anyway, so should we?
Are we getting ready to start?
Get to the music?
I say we should get to the music.
All right.
You want to do the flippity flip?
Hold your beer. All right.
All right.
Not rigged at all.
All right.
My first suggestion to you this week, can you guess the theme? It was Life Goes On?
Yeah.
Life Goes On
Yeah,
by DT5?
BTS.
BTS.
I'm only pulling this out because I want to show you something.
I should write stuff down.
You really should.
Should get back to that.
I'm gonna turn the volume down so we don't get in trouble. So when I listen to these songs, I listen to them through Apple Music, and of course, there's a feature where you can follow along in the lyrics. Mm-hmm. So I just want to go and show you. This is my first, and you guys can see it. But so let's put those lyrics up, and this is what I get.
Oh, cool. Hang on, I'm going to go show the camera.
Yeah.
This is what Jonathan sees. If you're of Korean descent and speak Korean, email us and let us know what the fuck that said.
Or not, because...
Wait.
Yes. So,
Did I cuss in the first 10 minutes? I might not have.
Who even keeps up anymore with you?
Me.
I'm just kidding.
I try.
I don't even,
I don't
even listen to you anymore.
I don't even keep an active count.
No, because it took me about 10 minutes to get through my my Dave Mustard thing.
Who?
Dave Mustard. That's what I'm calling him now. Not Mustaine, Mustard.
You should just call him Dave Shitstain.
Dave Mustard Stain. Everybody's been calling him that for like 30 years.
What, Mustard Stain?
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to call him not James Hetfield.
That's a good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
From now on, he's not James Hetfield.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Don't get me back.
Oh, you know what'd be a good name for him?
What?
Puppet.
How about Davey No Strings?
Ooh. Davey No Friends.
Davey No Friends. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, so yeah.
BTS.
BTS.
Big Tit Saucers. Go.
How'd
you feel about it?
It was interesting.
Did you guess my theme for this week?
Yeah, I figured it out.
What was it?
The songs in another language that I don't speak.
Hit songs in another language.
Yeah, this was in Korean, and the other two, I don't want to jump the gun, the other two are in Spanish. Mm-hmm. Which I did take some Spanish 100 years ago.
So you followed along pretty well.
Oh, no. Yeah, this is, I did a little looking up. This is apparently a South Korean boy band.
Yes.
I guess this would fall into the K-pop category. I'm familiar with, not with K-pop, but I know what K-pop is.
Right, yeah.
I mean, not knowing what was going on.
They occasionally throw some English in
there. They
there.
did throw a little bit of English in there.
On the pillow, on the table. yeah, life goes on. It's like, what?
What?
Are you having sex in this? Are you...
Like, what's going on?
Their producer was like, throw some imagery in there. And they're like, okay, these are the words we know in English.
They don't make
to
any
be fair,
sense.
foreigners are so much better at speaking our language than we are at speaking theirs. And people are like, we're just so stupid as Americans. I'm like, that or we're just the best.
Yeah, that's probably it.
We're just the best.
Or
Everybody wants to speak our language so they can get stuff done.
Well, they just want to be able to sell records in English-speaking languages, English-speaking countries.
All you need is a fifth of the album to have English words on it. That's why I think it doesn't really make sense. It's just enough to captivate the English audience.
But it did have very, as far as like the rhythm and the beat, and we've gone over this 100 times. This really isn't my kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It sounded like what I would figure K-pop or even J-pop sounds like. They're very similar.
That's racist. Hashtag stop Asian hate. For those of you listening to this 10 years from now, there's a lot of claims of Asian hate going on right now, and that's why that joke is funny.
Like someone's going to be listening to us 10 years from now.
Yeah, or like any Asian people are going to be listening to us.
Right. But no, I mean, see, now you got me off track on something that was hard enough to be on track with in the first place.
You were saying you really, really liked it.
No, I didn't. It wasn't, for what it wasn't bad.
Yeah. It was interesting. I liked it more than most boy band music I've heard.
Okay. I don't like boy band music, so...
Well, I'm just saying...
I liked it as much as I like other boy band music.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. It was passable.
Yeah.
Maybe because I didn't know what they were saying. If I knew what they were saying, I'd probably be like, this dog shit, but...
Yeah, they were probably talking something like ugly about America.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
How much they like Labrador meat. I had an Asian friend in college that told me that Labrador tastes the best. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe that's why we like them so much over here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We just subconsciously know they taste really good, and we're like, oh, yeah, this will be my best friend. This is the best dog.
I'll have to get a Labrador. I've never had Labrador meat. No, I'm not going that.
Get a four-legged dog
Yeah.
from the pound and then be like, it was a rescue. I rescued him because he had 3 legs. I felt bad. It's like, that wound looks really fresh.
Would you like some hamburger?
You're like Hannibal Lecter in Red Dragon when the lady was like, what is this? If I told you, you wouldn't even try it. You think they would have been more mad at him if it was a dog than a human? I think I'd be less mad if it was a human.
No, I would be more mad.
If it was a human?
Yes.
Why?
I don't want to eat human.
He's already dead.
But
Or
it's-
she.
It's human.
Hashtag stop Asian hate.
Probably.
Who do you think tastes the best out of all the races?
I don't know.
I think somebody said it was Japanese because they have such a low sodium diet and they eat a lot of fish.
I would think the Chinese. The only thing is you eat Chinese and then like an hour later you're hungry again.
Saw that coming from a mile away.
That was horrible. Total.
You squinty fuck.
Ouch.
Well, you're doing this the whole time.
Oh, I thought you were doing a stop Asian hate.
Hashtag stop Asian hate.
Hashtag.
Here at
Cancel.
LSDC, we really love our Asian peoples, and we appreciate their diversity.
Yes.
Even though J-pop and K-pop sound exactly the fucking same. In K-pop, SK-pop, J-pop, C-pop, P-pop, it's all the same.
Mbop.
I met a guy at Moody's the other night that, before the pandemic, was living in Indonesia.
I know. I was there when you met him. Yeah.
It sounded really cool, right?
It did.
To live in a different country.
No, you guys seem like you're getting along pretty good. It did look like he had a little bit of a herpes on his lip, so you might want to. I mean, you were like
tonsil deep in that boy.
I was like, dude, slow down, man. Looks, I don't think that's a cold sore, bra.
You know what makes me want to fuck harder than anything else?
K-pop.
Guys that wear those like bedazzled jeans with the fleur-de-lis on the butts. Just want to bend them over and fuck them. I'm working on a bit right now that involves that. It involves that and crystal meth. So hang on. Coming to a town near you.
Hashtag stop Asian hate.
Hashtag stop Asian rape because Brennan's on the prowl.
I'm so glad I'm not Asian.
So you liked it. I'm glad.
That was fun. All right, yeah. Overall, it was. I wasn't expecting what I was about to get because I never know these bands you give me. You know, they give me one or the other, and then I'm like, all of a sudden like Korean.
I like to refer to these pitches as just the tip,
just
to see if you like it.
All right, now we're back. My theme for this week:
bands with dead lead singers.
No.
Solo perform people that were in bands that went solo.
Correct.
And performed under their solo name.
Yeah, under their actual name and not like a side group or a super group. The first one I threw at you, Mr. Jerry Cantrell, off his first solo record,
Boggy Depot.
And I figured I'd kick it off just right with the first song on the record, a song called Dickeye. I still don't know what that it means to the song, but
there's there's a little bit of dick metaphor in there, just a touch.
He uses a lot of like weird slang, but you know, I am a huge fan of anything Jerry Cantrell puts his hands on. So obviously, I love this album,
especially his wives. I don't know if he's a lady beater.
No, he's not.
Hashtag stop Asian hate.
He's not a lady beater at all. Yeah. So your thoughts?
I liked it. It was cool. Out of anything Alice in Chains related, this was my favorite thing you've showed me thus far. I probably liked it more than Rooster, which is really the only experience I've had with them up to this point. But that's probably just because I've listened to Rooster. So I've heard it's old news at this point. Especially if you grew up listening to Alice in Chains. I'm sure that's pretty old at this point. I'm sure there's songs you like a lot better. It's like me with Pixies. Everybody knows Where Is My Mind, and it's like they have better songs. But that's the one that, you know, Alice in Chains is known for. Rooster. Is there a song they're known for more than that?
Man in the Box.
Really?
I'm the man in the box. That was their first. That was their first hit.
But I'm saying now. I'm saying
probably now Rooster.
Because Dirt was their biggest album.
Yeah.
So
Man in the Box was their first hit off their first album, but yeah, Rooster was their biggest hit.
Yeah, I would say, and
it's a great song. I'm just sick of it.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Mr. Cantrell.
Mr. Cantrell.
I liked it because it was obviously you get some Alice in Chains flavor in there. Him being he was like the primary songwriter, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Him and sometimes some collabs with other band members.
Yeah.
And obviously he and Lane's how do you say his name?
Lane Staley.
It kind of runs together.
Mm-hmm.
But they sort of influence each other's singing, and it was nice to kind of just hear Jerry sing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit faster than a lot of Alice in Chains songs, and it was, I would say, a little bit more melodic.
Yeah.
Which was cool. And not even melodic, but just more in a happier key. I feel like a lot of Alice in Chains is pretty minor sounding, a little slower, a lot more somber, and this was a little bit more upbeat and rocking. So I really liked it. I liked that it incorporated a lot of Alice in Chains elements without sounding exactly like Alice in Chains. I was trying to get a read on the lyrics and what he was talking about. And a lot of times titles are what unlocks the rest of the lyrics, but this was sort of, I just kind of went off of like Tick Tip. It's like, okay, Born a Traitor, it's, it's sort of like, the Counting Crows song, Mr. Jones and Me, apparently that's about his penis, and it's how like he and his penis want two different things.
Oh wow,
So
I didn't know that.
If that's the case, I don't know if that's actually the case, but that's what people have said. So I kind of got that vibe, but that's purely from looking at it from the title's perspective of this is a song about dick tips.
Okay, I never thought that either.
It's like Soul Fader, he's taking their soul.
But it is a lot more melodic and just a little more background. At this point, this album came out in 1998. At that point, Alice in Chains was pretty much done. Just they didn't publicly announce it. And Jerry was just so itching to create that's why he made this solo record. And then in 2002, he released his second solo record, which you are not to touch, because that's the one. That's the one.
I've already listened to it.
You have not listened to Degradation Trip.
No, I haven't.
But as far as Baga Depot, get into it, man.
Okay.
I'm not going to pull anything else from that record because I want you to listen to it. You got the intro taste. That was the other reason is, and you don't have to listen to it in order. You can listen to it however you want to. It is a very non-Alice in Chains sounding album from Jerry Cantrell. But I wanted you to enjoy it naturally. That's why I gave you the first song. And I like that song too. It's got a good that kind of like build up.
They kind of bit off Pink Floyd in the intro and outro a little bit. I would call it, they're leaning more towards homage.
Yeah, well, he's a huge Pink Floyd fan, so it's there.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, check out that album if you like that song. It's a good melodic album. There's some slower tunes in there, but it's not like wrist slitting, depressing Alice in Chains slower tunes.
Right.
It's not like that last Alice in Chains song I gave you. Died.
That was a perfect pitch for that perfect week.
But yeah, so you liked it?
I liked it a lot.
All
If
right.
if you haven't heard of Jerry Cantrell, I would definitely recommend getting into it. It's good music. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
a lot more than the other two turds. No, I'm just kidding. But so that calling back to what we're talking about for our Patreon episodes, this Degradation Trip by Jerry Cantrell is the album we're going to listen to and then talk about. And so we come full circle.
We've come full circle.
I still haven't, I've thought of maybe like one or two albums for the second Patreon episode, because basically the premise is we're going to listen to his favorite album, and then we're going to listen to mine for episode 1 and 2, respectively. And you don't want me to pick Dark Side of the Moon.
No, you can if you want to.
Well,
I love that album.
Well, you're pitching me something that I've never heard.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I wanted you to feel like don't pick something because you think I might not like it. Does that make sense?
What?
Don't like say, well, I don't want to pick this album because I love it, but I don't think Jonathan will like it. Don't worry about my feelings.
I'm just thinking of the most influential album on me, and like I said, I listened to that album every day for a year.
Wasn't the other one "Hangin' Tough" by New Kids on the Block? Don't you listen to that album every day?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I
but it's Dark Side of the Moon, and then I get my groove on.
Get your Hangin' Tough.
Yeah,
Hangin' Tough.
I don't know New Kids on the Block at all.
Well, that came out like
is that Marky Mark's thing?
That's his brother, Donnie Wahlberg.
No shit.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Donnie had a band.
He was in the New Kids on the Block.
Oh no. What was Marky? Funky Bunch.
Yeah,
That was
Marky
it.
Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Which sounds like a breakfast cereal.
But yeah, I mean, if you were a tween in the late 80s, early 90s, every girl loved the New Kids on the Block.
More than the Funky Bunch?
Well, the Funky Bunch didn't come out until like after the New Kids on the Block. Like maybe like a
is Donnie
year.
older?
Yeah, Donnie's the older brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's like 10 of those Wahlberg brothers.
Yeah.
One of them's got the burger joint.
Actually, speaking of Mark Wahlberg, hashtag Stop Asian Hate. That worked out. Full circle.
Sure.
No, he. That's what he went to jail for. He assaulted. I don't know if he assaulted the guy because he was Asian.
I think it was because I read that story.
That's what I've heard. I don't know. It was in the 90s, early 2000s.
It was earlier than that.
It was in the 70s, early 2000s.
I think it was
late 80s.
yeah, I think it was like.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, he actually said some of the bad stuff he did when he was a younger man was a lot of race related. Yeah.
That's what happens when you grow up in Boston.
I know, right? Hashtag stop Boston hate.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Bill Burr, the comedian. Did you know Bill Burr?
He's one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, he's from Boston, and he was in an interview one time, and he was describing Boston, and he's like, it's like a racist San Francisco.
All right. And I'm to end on that, I'm so excited. During quarantine, during the past year, Jerry Cantrell finally got around to recording his third solo album.
Oh, he only had two?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's it. Well, then Alice in Chains got back together.
Oh, that's true.
So he hasn't released it yet or hasn't released any info on it, but solo album number 3 is coming soon, and I'm super stoked.
Does he have nothing released?
Nothing. Just he posted on, he doesn't use much social media, but he uses the Instagrams.
Okay.
And he just posted that he had finished.
Oh, he's biting off my style.
Yeah, he doesn't use.
All
and
I
he
use
just
is
recently got on the Instagram, and all it is pictures of his cats.
Aw, he's exactly like me.
Yeah, it's like, so, but yeah. So, anyway.
Casso, you go, you mago, you go, you telepatia. How'd I do?
Close. This is the girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is going to sound horrible.
Kali Uchis.
Yeah, Kali Uchis.
I think that's how you say it. Kali, how'd I do? Let me know in the comments.
I was surprised to hear that she's actually she's American. Mm-hmm. Her father was, I think, Colombian, and this was her first Spanish speaking album. Mm-hmm. See, I did some research.
Yeah.
Once again, I mean,
if I read based on the Spanish that I know, which is purely based on the Latin that I know, which is purely not much.
Wow.
I think this song is about teleporting. I'd like to think so anyway.
Let's just go with that. Because when I was listening to it, I was really hoping I could teleport somewhere else. It wasn't bad.
It's a good song. It's very Spanish music influenced.
Very.
Yeah.
Very
Maybe
much.
not as much so as the next song.
Yeah.
The rhythm in that is a very typical Latin island kind of rhythm. Mm-hmm. That's what those people dig.
Those people?
Yes. Hashtag
stop
stop Jamaican imports.
Hashtag stop those people hate.
Right. No, but it's a very typical percussive pattern in Spanish and island music.
But I mean, for what it was, like I said, I don't want to sound like an idiot, but too late.
Yeah.
But like,
let's hit the Google Translate. Did you look at the?
Oh yeah, I'll show you this too.
I'll show the camera.
Okay.
Because you can't move right now.
Why can't I?
Because you're super fat. I wrote a whole song about it. Didn't you hear it? Weren't you listening?
You're terrible.
I know.
Why do you do this to me?
Because you do this to me.
You're not fat though. You're just ugly.
Yeah.
And stupid.
And emotional.
Oh, there.
That's what Jonathan sees when he closes his eyes at night. Hey, focus. Autofocus.
Oh, don't get so there. I'm going to edit that out, right? Are you getting this just a blank? There you go.
You're going to keep that in. I know it.
Okay. But anyway.
I'd like to order a pizza. I'm calling 911 to order a pizza.
Hashtag stop Latino pizza ordering hate.
Stop Jonathan from raping me. Did you like it?
I mean, it was all right.
How did it rank among the three?
Actually, that was my favorite of the three.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
I can guess which one was number 2.
I mean, for a fat person, us fat people like fat people music, so I felt like that was written just for me.
You think all Spanish music is about food, and it's not.
No, not all of it's about food.
Most of it.
It's about drinking too.
Grandma
right?
makes her quesadillas every Friday. I don't know. Spanish people, I love you. Thank you for making delicious food and conversations on the street very fun.
Those are actually more Latinos, not the Spanish.
Well, not from Spain, but...
Well, then that would be...
Sorry, Spanish adjacent.
Okay, that would be Portugal.
Apparently it's really funny between the languages, even though they all speak Spanish proper, the slang is different in all of them. So something that means one thing in, like, I think it's Catalan in Spanish. I forget what Castilian Spanish. It's one of the proper ones. The ones where they speak Spanish with a lisp. They have words that they say, and in Mexico it means, vagina or dick or shit or whatever. So
Well, that's just like even like the Queen's English. They have certain slang that.
Like fag.
Yeah.
Did you see how excited I got? Did you see how my eyes lit up?
Well, they always light up like that
when I get to use disparaging terms.
Which in England, that's for a cigarette.
Oh,
that's what they mean. That's
okay. Sorry,
yeah,
I was thinking of something else.
No, that's their term for a cigarette. Just check them out.
That would explain why everybody was looking at me weird in San Francisco when I got back from London. Hey, do you have a fag? Just like
that's not.
I mean,
why.
yes, but
that's not why they were looking at you funny.
Yeah. It's because my teeth were all jacked up because I was in England. There's not a dentist on that island. Not a good one, anyway.
Well, okay. Our one British fan is now gone.
Hashtag stop English hate. Which is funny because the rest of the world for a long time was using hashtag stop English hate or stop the English people from hating us.
You're gonna get canceled. Cancel culture.
Go for it.
You're gonna get. I'm gonna be.
Cancel me before I start, so that way I don't have to care.
I'm gonna be the Mustaine to your Ellison.
Hashtag cancel that mustache.
Never.
Shave that dirty fucking thing.
You got $1?
It's like the rug at a barber shop. Why do you have it? You should have hardwood or tile. It's just catching all that gross stuff.
It's clean. I wash it every morning.
With what?
Soap?
With topsoil? Get the fuck out of here. Dude, it's bad that I'm doing stand-up now.
I know, right?
I'm still not 100%, but I'm way sharper. Most of the time, I'm just going to call you fat, but I'm going to zing you every once in a while.
Why do I got to be fat? Can't you pick something else?
You eugenist fuck. Hating on Korean music.
Don't hate Korean
Hashtag
music.
stop Aaron Lewis from leaving. We love you. I fucking hated this song.
I gave you. What song? Which one was this? Was this Mark Lanegan?
Mark Lanegan, yeah.
Pendulum.
Pendulum, yeah. I did not like it at all.
You didn't like it?
I thought this was a 7-minute song, and then I looked at the duration. It was 2 minutes. I was like, oh my God. Jesus Christ, won't you marry me? I'm as blind as a boy can be. I ate my dog, and it tasted good.
He's like probably my second favorite singer-songwriters ever.
I'm sorry. I'm sure he has better music, right?
He does.
This is not his best song?
No.
Was this the first song off a record?
This is actually off of his second record.
But it was the first song on a record?
It was kind of in the middle. But it was just kind of I was trying to pick...
bookmark, if you will. A placeholder.
It was a placeholder. Mark Lanegan, I'll get into a little history while you bash one of my favorite songwriters. You'd like his other stuff, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's the former lead singer of the Screaming Trees, a band that should have been a lot more popular than they were. I think the band just couldn't keep it together when they did become popular. And honestly, they were so much better as far as a Seattle band than, I don't know, Nirvana. Sorry.
Did you like that meme I sent you the other day?
Yeah. I did.
Oh, you're a Nirvana fan?
But
post that meme here.
Yeah, I'll put it right here.
Right.
# stop meme hate and Nirvana from getting back together. I'm just kidding.
I don't think they can.
I've got a great picture of.
Wait, didn't they? They did it was Dave Grohl and the tall guy, and they played with
Chris Novoselic. Yeah, they played with some people. Yeah. There's a picture of them sitting in on like a railing or something. Kurt Cobain's got like a assault rifle in his mouth. It's a spoiler alert. God, it sounds like this. I wish Aaron Lewis was more influenced by Kurt Cobain.
Was he not? No.
Get that.
I'm not fluent in sarcasm or English. I've been listening to all these foreign languages.
all these foreigners.
All I speak is Korean now.
Apparently.
Telepatia.
That's Spanish.
Whatever.
But anyway, so Mark Lanegan, he's got, I want to say like 13 or 14 solo records. Yeah.
Did they get better?
Yeah, they're great. And it's a different variety, of music.
So give me the history of Screaming. They just had a couple albums, like one or two?
Oh, Screaming Trees, I think, had 6 albums.
Really? Okay.
They got popular. They had a song on the Singles soundtrack, which was a movie that came out in 1992 about, it was a really cool, coming of age movie about, some Gen Xers. They were all friends. I'm not describing it very well. It's actually a much better movie than what I'm describing.
What was it called?
Singles.
But
it was set in early 1991 Seattle.
Oh, okay. I would have thought it was about Kraft cheese.
No. But anyway, so the Screaming Trees had a song called Nearly Lost You on that soundtrack, which is, I think it's from their 4th or 5th album. And unfortunately, like I said, the band had trouble staying together. They put out one more studio album and then they broke up. And Mark Lanegan just went solo. He's also the second lead singer in Mad Season, a supergroup with Lane Staley and Mark McCready from Pearl Jam and Barrett Martin, the drummer.
That's who I always confuse with being in Pearl Jam, is Mark Lanegan and Mark
McCready.
Mark McCready.
Yeah. Mark Lanegan, I love his voice, but yeah, he's I don't want to say all over the place, but he has a lot of different styles in his music. That was just a quick little slow tune.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of, I think I didn't like it because it was kind of Americana, sort of, with very minimal sort of instrumentation. It was very acoustic, guitar driven with the voice, and I don't know. I don't think there's better music like that than this. So I think
he
that's
has
why
better
I didn't
music
like it.
than that.
Okay.
It's just I figured I would slip an easy one in the middle. But
Jesus Christ, won't you marry me?
That's not what he says.
What does he say? Bury me?
He says, "Gee, what was I was just listening to it today." Anyway,
Jesus
we'll get
Christ, won't you carry me? I'm as fat as a man can be. He picked up on it though. Tired is an emotion, so it's a very emotional song because it sounded like he was falling asleep while he was performing it.
Well, he has better stuff. He does.
You keep saying that.
Well,
put up or shut up. He's got 14 records. Pick something better.
Well, I want to start early in his career.
Well, maybe I should have started earlier.
I mean, I'm sorry he's not some South Korean boy band.
Well, I feel bad for him because it sounded like he was at a birthday party and he got a sugar rush and then he came back to the studio. He was tired and he
I actually really like that song. I picked that out for you because I like that song.
I'm sorry that you like bad music.
You're
This and this is not an exit. And what was that Suicidal Tendencies song that was so bad? What was it called?
All right, let's get
hang on, let me think about it. That should have been a question. It's what is that Suicidal Tendencies song? And I would have been like,
No, I should have.
Wait, I could think of it.
It's going down.
It's going down on my dark side.
All right, let's move on to Despacito.
It's a hot sauce brand. It's my favorite hot sauce brand, and here's why. So,
Well, you guys just, where are you going?
I just wanted to make it seem like I was leaving.
You guys just talk amongst yourself. Brennan is gone.
I just wanted funny audio. Okay.
Well, I'll start now.
You have to choose live on the air.
Okay.
Because I have. Check this out. I have the 2 versions of Despacito that I gave you. The one with and without Justin Bieber. You choose now on the podcast which one I keep.
All right. Well, since I listened to both of them, and I did, keep the one that does not have Justin Bieber on it.
Removed from this playlist. It's official. It's gone.
I was like, what could make this song worse? And I figured out what it was. This song, literally, and you can give the background on this guy. I know it's sold like 11 million
Justin
copies.
Bieber?
No, the song Despacito. Despacito.
Tapatio. Tapatio.
Like it's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah. For like highest selling song in a specific amount of time.
Yeah, 11 million units.
In like 2 days.
Yeah. This song literally sounds like every song I hear in a Mexican restaurant. I'm not kidding you. Like I was listening to it and I was wondering why I hadn't gotten my chips yet. I was like, I heard.
Hopefully, we're still on Asian hate when this comes out. God damn, dude.
I heard that the enchiladas are really good at this place.
Extra queso. Come and bring me fucking extra queso.
But yeah, I mean, even when me and Trish were listening to it, she was like, I don't know, you want to try the chili relleno here? Here? I'm like, I don't know.
God, I love chili relleno.
I do too. And I wanted it, like I was listening to this song. And then I listened to it again with Justin Bieber, and I was like, hey, you want to try Revolver in my mouth?
I think that would taste better.
It would. But yeah, I mean, this just sounded like generic Latino music.
Pull up the lyrics.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to pull up the Bieber lyrics.
Make sure to pull up the lyrics on Jesus Christ, Won't You Marry Me real quick so they can see those too. Just because they probably won't understand them.
And he doesn't say, will you marry me? He doesn't.
What was the name of the song again?
Pendulum.
I thought he was talking about his pendulous breast. Pendulum, swing slow.
Yeah.
Aye. That's what Jonathan sees when he sits on the toilet.
All right.
Diddy, daddy. Tengo qua bala.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm expecting a text from your sister.
Ooh, nice. Got me.
Gotcha. Ha ha.
Yeah, we clipped.
We clipped.
Mm-hmm. You clipped the audio, brah.
Bruh.
It's okay. I can fix it.
I do it in editing too.
Nice. No, you don't, because I do it.
Trish is leaving for work. Sorry, I was checking my cameras. Well, they were there.
Do you want to check the bathroom camera real quick? You creep.
In a minute.
You're not supposed to do that in hotels, by the way.
Well, it's a good thing I don't run a hotel.
Yeah, I unfortunately, the only method I have of trying to get footage like that is just to leave my iPhone in the toilet. And people usually catch on. Also not very hygienic.
Yeah, I actually use this camera in the toilet, so they usually see it pretty soon.
Put it in the back part.
just
to get some real good audio.
I put it right in the bowl. Maybe they won't see this digital camcorder in the bowl.
Yeah. So did you like it?
No, I did not. I mean, I'm hating a little bit too heavy, but it was just. It sounded like generic Mexican restaurant music. I'm so sorry. I'm not being
But
like.
it does, because generic restaurant Mexican restaurant music is usually like like more. It's the stuff you hear when people are working on your house. It's not this. They don't listen to this. No, that's what I'm saying. Like when you have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when you have Mexican people who are working on your house, because that's who's working on your house, unless you're a racist. This is the music in the Mexican restaurants, the music they listen to. They don't listen to this. I've never heard this in a Mexican restaurant.
This sounded just like a Mexican restaurant.
I heard it in the SCAD gym 45 times during a workout, but I never heard it. I've never heard this in a Mexican restaurant, and I go all the time.
Oh. Well, I'm just thinking.
That's where I like to pick up chicks.
Chicas?
Chiclets.
Chicas. Yeah.
We're so racist this episode.
No, I like Mexicans.
I don't.
No, you're talking about them doing work. You know why? Because most people, like fat white people like me, are too lazy to go work.
They're taking the jobs that I don't want.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're taking the jobs that I'm too lazy to do.
I love our Mexican brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I do.
Now, bring me some guac.
I just don't love their music. It's a big difference.
Wow. There's some pretty good Mexican metal. A lot of Mexican people like good metal.
Well, yeah. I just don't know any Mexican metal right off the top of my head.
Mexican Batman. Or no, sorry. It's called Chicano Batman. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody in the band's actually Mexican, but it's pretty good.
Okay. I mean, Sepultura's from Brazil.
Siri. Is anybody in Chicano Batman Mexican? I'm surprised she found. Yeah, we're 4 Latinos breaking into rock music. Hey, look at that.
Look at that.
I wasn't being racist, just ignorant.
So Trish made it to work, and she photobombed an engagement.
Oh, nice.
On her bike.
Aw. Not as bad as that one guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't think, yeah.
I was driving drunk one night, and I hit a woman, or somebody dressed like a woman. I don't know. I didn't stop. Link to that here.
I actually came across us talking about that on one of the podcasts when I was trying to find your 10 questions, and we talked about that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Time flies. We grow up so fast.
Time flies when
You grow out so fast. Zing. So fast. So fast at sex. Speed hump. Full circle.
Bruce Dickinson. Tattooed Millionaire.
The lead bassist of Iron Maiden. Surprised he was able to go solo, what with all the cancer I wish he had. Didn't he die of cancer?
He's still alive.
Can he die of cancer?
No, actually, he survived cancer.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, he survived cancer.
Unfortunately. Hashtag unfortunately.
This is from his first solo record.
Does it get better?
Yes, he has. He's put out like 7 or 8 solo records before he rejoined Iron Maiden.
Did they let him back in?
Yeah, they wanted him back. He's been back with Iron Maiden for 20 years.
Was he the one that didn't want to play with them anymore?
Well, he just wanted to go solo.
Why?
Because he wanted. I don't know. I'm not his therapist.
You're the music historian.
He wanted to just do something different. So he left Iron Maiden in 1993. Mm-hmm. Started putting out solo records. They got progressively better. This was just his first outing, and it sounds very un-Iron Maiden.
He's singing on it, so no.
Well, okay, but yeah,
It sounds like he replaced all of the instrumentalists in Iron Maiden with high schoolers.
Well, he didn't. This was the first single off his first album.
I don't want your big city shining. I don't want you shivering.
But anyway, so I guess you didn't like it. So
this sounded like Good Charlotte's song, Boys and Girls.
Oh. And you would know because you love Good Charlotte.
I do love Good Charlotte. Especially the song Last November or whatever. It's going to be a Christmas dinner. I hope they're serving Labrador. Anyway, no, I didn't mind the song that much, actually. It just didn't... This was like the second, just because the Mark Lanahan's song was so bad. But I just... Give me the history on it, because I just didn't... I don't know. It just was... It was kind of like that... What was the song we talked about before? That's like the kind of parody song. It's like, my Maserati goes 195. I lost my
life's been good
license.
to me so far, Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh, yeah.
This is more of a dig at all the, like, not all of, but certain of the people, the glam metal musicians who had at this point in time, this came out like 90, I think, 89, 90, where they had gotten rich. And so
like Poison?
Bands like Poison, Motley Crue, some of those guys, they were all tattooed millionaires, basically. And it's just kind of a dig at him.
But wasn't he a tattooed millionaire?
But he wasn't living that glam lifestyle. No.
In what way was he not?
In his downtime, instead of being a drug fiend and a womanizer, he actually became an author.
Shit.
And he now also has his commercial pilot's license.
Why?
Because he wanted to. He flies their tour plane. When Iron Maiden goes on tour, he flies their 747.
Talk about DIY.
He just wanted to. Instead of, being a heroin addict and on his 15th
well, he
wife.
did that too.
No, he wasn't a druggie at all.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
So I'm guessing, from England, lives in L.A.
No, but it was maybe at that point he was living in L.A., but it was based on like that L.A. scene of all these guys who were in the trenches with everybody else growing, trying to make it, and now they're all tattooed millionaires with their, supermodel wife and their drug habits and their, Cadillacs and their bottle of Jack, and that was one of some of the
all
lyrics.
the cliche references. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's another thing I didn't really like.
Well, it was kind of.
I think it was too happy. His singing fits more, and not that Iron Maiden plays some pretty interesting metal. It's not really. It's not typical metal fashion, but this was too happy.
I think that was kind of part of it.
I don't think his voice fits it very well because he sounds so
I thought it went
evil.
well with it.
I don't think so.
I think it was a good match.
I don't want your silver lining. I don't know. I think it's hard to call out tattooed millionaires when you're a tattooed millionaire.
But it was more, and it's also of its time too. It's hard to explain to someone who likes Korean pop music. So if you like Korean boy bands, Bruce Dickinson is probably not for you.
Their lyrics are just better. The ones I can understand anyway. God. Now, if he was singing about life going on, then we'd be talking about something. No, I didn't mind it so much.
He gets better. This was like the second song off his first debut album.
Oh, okay.
First album.
What was the first song?
I forget. This was because this was the first single.
Oh, okay.
And he got progressively.
Do you think all the tattooed millionaires that were having sex with strippers and porn stars really cared about this song? Do you think he started a lot of rock star beef?
Probably not. He already had rock star beef anyway.
With who?
Just some of the hair metal people.
The people he's singing about?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But he's
Did he and Bret Michaels ever fist fight?
No, Bret Michaels couldn't fist fight anybody. Really?
He could sure beat the shit out of a song. What was that one that he's obligated to sing at every bar mitzvah?
Every rose has a thorn.
That's the one, yeah. Every cowboy sings a
sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Yeah, it does.
What was Poison's big hit? Cherry Pie?
That was Warrant.
That was Warrant. Shit.
And then Poison had the worst guitar player, C.C. DeVille. Come on, play that solo. Wah, wah, wah. I hate C.C. DeVille.
What was Poison's big hit?
Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
No. But not the ballad, the big.
Talk Dirty to Me.
That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk dirty to me. God,
They're so good.
They're horrible.
If you had to pick between Poison and Bret Michaels.
The same animal.
Poison or Bret Michaels playing your bar mitzvah, who would you choose? Because he's available.
Well, my bar mitzvah was many, many years ago.
Well, just,
And also, I'm not Jewish. Oy vey.
Hey, Mazel Tov. Out of the three bands that I chose this week, and I use that term loosely.
Very.
If you had to choose one to play your bar mitzvah, if you were getting bar mitzvah tomorrow,
Probably that chick.
good answer.
Thank you.
Good answer. All right. Well,
Yeah, that Mexican chick.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. I know she's from Alexandria, Virginia. She's not a Mexican chick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her dad's not even Mexican. He's Colombian.
I bet he knows where to get some good shit at.
Then maybe you want him at your bar mitzvah.
So, step into the bathroom, Mr. Telepatia. Tapatateo.
I'm sure he would love to step into the bathroom with you.
Mm-hmm. They always do. Me, a young Jewish boy of 13. Says, I'm just reading my memoirs. I had my first ham and cheese sandwich, and I never felt worse. I remember first hearing about that. I went to a friend of mine's house, and I knew he was Jewish, but I didn't know anything about Jewish people, really.
Do you bring him a copy of Mein Kampf?
I was like, it's my favorite new book. Which is actually, it's reaching a bestseller position in Germany again, apparently.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yikes.
round 3.
Here we go.
Here we go. No, but so I went to this guy's house, and they made sandwiches, but it was a really weird I can't remember what it was. But it was
lox?
It was like white bread, turkey, and mustard.
It's called a turkey sandwich.
But it was like there was no cheese or mustard, or I mean, it had mustard. There was no cheese or mayo. It was a weird. It probably wasn't that, but it was just weird. And I remember asking, like, do y'all have cheese or mayonnaise? And they're like, oh, we can't eat meat and cheese at the same time. And I was like, what?
What?
Yeah, you can't mix the meat that they can eat. You can't mix it with cheese.
Huh?
They weren't Orthodox, but they were, I guess, what's it called? Reformist? But they were still pretty strict about a lot of the, no shellfish, no pork, no meat and cheese together. It was just very odd, meat and dairy products together. And I was asking my friend, I was like, so you've never had like a ham and cheese sandwich? And he's like, I've had a ham and cheese sandwich before. I was like, okay.
First of all,
because he was like me with my Catholic upbringing and how I would go behind the house and smoke a lot of weed. He would go to friends' houses and eat ham and cheese sandwiches. They'd be like, aren't you Jewish? He's like, not today, I'm not. No. I kind of wanted to make an announcement at his bar mitzvah and be like, he's had a ham and cheese sandwich. Give me the money. They make crazy money for turning 13, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I bet they do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the well-off Jewish kids, the poor ones don't.
There's poor Jewish kids?
Fuck yeah.
In this country.
I went to a wide range of bar mitzvahs at that age. There were some baller bar mitzvahs, and there were some,
You went to a lot of bar mitzvahs?
Yeah.
You knew that many Jewish kids?
Yeah. The school I went to had a lot of a large Jewish population. When I was in 7th or 8th grade, when those mainly take place, probably around the same time, I went to probably 20 bar and bat mitzvahs. Yeah. I'm a very accepting person, and I like Korean music.
I just didn't know anybody that was Jewish back then. Like, I probably growing up.
because you grew up in Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, well, we have like 6 Jewish people.
Yeah, because they go to different schools.
Well, I went to public school.
Right.
We didn't have a Jewish school.
They're afraid of you animals. They're not going to your school.
I thought you went to Catholic school.
I did at first, and then I went to a very nice private school.
You got to go to private school. Rich boy.
My first car was a 1987 BMW M6. Put it right here.
We've already discussed it.
Did we?
Yeah.
God, I don't remember anything. You should just ask me questions about shit that I've brought up, because I'm not going to know any of it.
I should.
Like, did we talk about that? I don't know. Because we hang out a lot. I could have brought it up at Moody's.
No, you brought it up here because I was telling you about. I had not my first car, but one of my early cars was a station wagon.
Oh, you probably made me real sad. Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel bad that you didn't live the baller life that I did.
I'm glad I didn't.
Go make a song about how you don't want to be a rich kid, private school boy.
I went to private school 1 year.
How was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you get kicked out for being too stupid?
No, we just moved, and then I went to another school. It was just a bunch of rich rednecks.
Yeah.
Making,
That was the second private school I went to.
Yeah, it was all about football.
Country boy can't survive. It's all right. Have fun in your brand new diesel F-250.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah. So, no, yeah. I didn't care.
Don't want to be a Jewish kid no more. I'd like to see that blow up when that family. Dad, I just want to eat ham and cheese like a normal fucking kid. I just want shrimp. I don't know. I don't know what they do anymore.
I don't know. I don't know very much about Jewish culture. They really don't like Hitler. I know that now.
I think they can, forgive and forget, right? That's an old Jewish motto.
No, I don't think they're ever going to
take into that.
forgive.
I'm working on the sweet Israel-Palestine bit now. How Hot Topic should make shirts. Remember the team Edward, Team Jacob from Twilight? It's Team Palestine, Team Israel.
Oh, God.
Well, kids these days, they're so political.
Yeah, I don't even care.
I watched
To be honest with you, I could care less. I don't live over there. I'm sorry.
I watched the interview footage of the Parkland school shooter pretty recently. It's pretty wild. That's a scary place to get into.
I thought you were going somewhere.
Well, yeah, I thought you were a school shooter or an aspiring school shooter. No, I don't know. Just bringing up things I've consumed recently.
Oh, this is a swatch.
Yes. It's a Swiss watch. Get it?
I know it's Swatch.
Swiss watch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Swatch. Swatch is a company.
Swatchtica.
Speaking of which, you've heard of smart cars?
No. Describe them to me.
It's about as big as this table.
Uh-huh.
And they came out about 10 years ago. It's a little bitty two-seater.
Are you thinking of Shetland ponies?
No, and the name of the brand name is Smart Car.
Okay. Smart.
You know
like the water.
Yeah. But you don't know anything about the car, but you know where the name came from. It's a collaboration between two brands. Smart, the S is Swatch, the M is Mercedes, and Art Car. It's the Swatch Mercedes Art Car. They sold tons of them like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're tiny. I mean, they're horrible. If you get hit by like a bicycle, I mean, it's totaled.
Shout out to Trish.
We actually had this, and I'm not going to give out her name like it matters. This woman that lived across the street from us back in Macon, right when me and Trish first got married. It was a single mom with like a teenage daughter and then like an almost teenage son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she had like a Toyota Corolla or something, just a regular car, and she sold it and bought a smart car.
Mm-hmm.
She has a teenage daughter and an almost teenage son, and she bought a car a little bit smaller than a go-kart.
Yeah, so they couldn't have sex in the back.
No, they couldn't ride in the back. They couldn't ride anywhere. And then they drove like on this road trip to like Michigan in a smart car for 3 people.
Yeah, saves on gas.
Where are you going to put all the 3 people?
Just tie one to the roof.
The roof is like this big.
Yeah. Good for your back, like a posturpedic.
I don't know.
Why do you hate smart cars so much?
I don't hate them.
Why do you hate your neighbors so much? Just let people live their lives.
I didn't hate her either.
Don't want to be a white trash guy with a smart car.
She actually really liked me, and this really made Trish mad. But she was like,
really put a strain on our relationship.
No, it didn't, because I was not receptive. But
God, I want 2 kids in their teen years. Trish, what are you bringing to the table?
A stable future? Yeah.
She's got a smart car and 2 kids.
I mean, I don't need money.
Yeah.
No, she was like, you seem pretty handy. Why don't you come over here and,
work on my plumbing.
fix some stuff. I'm like, I'm good. Thank you. I'll just sit over here. Because I had a front porch of that house, oddly enough, and I would sit on my porch swinging.
God, what's there to look at in Macon?
I would drink a lot of beer and just look at the street.
Just the sidewalk, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a neighborhood, kind of like, this neighborhood was very similar to like Ardsley Park.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Just depressing and full of teen drug use.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up.
Yeah. Well, they're all at my
Drug
house.
use really declined in Ardsley Park after I moved out, coincidentally enough. Yeah. I remember I would go behind Savannah Arts and smoke a bunch of weed. And the summer between when I was 15 and 16, I would smoke 3 packs of Newports a day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was sitting behind Savannah Arts in their little bus pickup area, and I watched a horrific car crash down on like 50th Street or something. And I went down there. Mr. Stoned off his ass wants to talk to cops for some reason. And I remember talking to the cop, and I was like, it was probably the craziest thing I've ever seen, officer. You wouldn't believe it. And like describing to a Savannah police officer how crazy this incident was. And he was like, dude, you need to get the fuck out of here before I call a K9 unit on your ass.
Oh, wow. Capo.
It's pronounced capo.
This is literally for people who don't know how to play. I'm just kidding.
I use it sometimes. Here.
I'm just kidding.
I'll show you how.
I know
I'll
how.
show you how to use it.
I know how a capo works. Please show me anyway.
I'm going to keep going because of the bit. I've got a friend named Jonathan. His mustache, it's got a lot of dirt in it. His mustache, don't sit on it or you'll get chlamydia. And he's a fat piece of shit.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's how you use a capo. To talk shit about your fat friend.
God, stop! I'm not that fat.
I like how you have to use
feelings.
You have to use the term that.
Well, I know I'm overweight. I'm not stupid.
Well,
Oh.
are you?
No.
Are you not?
Well, I mean, hanging out with you, I can't be that smart.
Out of the 3 songs this week, oh, this is 6 songs this week.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to have sex to any of them, which one would you choose?
The Mark Lanegan song, just to make you mad. Because then you'd have to plug your ears during.
Jesus Christ. Well, here's why I would also choose the Mark Lanegan song is because I know I could last longer than it. 100% I know I could last longer than it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, won't you come on me? I'm as dry as a man can be. Tell me why that song doesn't suck.
I'm going to start pulling the dumbest stuff out for you to listen to because that's apparently all you like.
You haven't been doing that already?
Here's a song. I
didn't expect you to like any of my picks this week. I just had a theme.
Here's a band. This is a bunch of 15-year-old Korean boys, but I love them. Like, what? We're going somewhere weird.
Hey, they're family, okay?
Yeah. Just because you share a bed doesn't mean they're family.
I got to do whatever I can to support them. They've got the threat of nuclear invasion at all times.
You were literally on, like, Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby line. You're walking here.
What?
Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson.
I know what they did, but how have I done that?
I said you're on the line. You've got your South Korean boys that you're in love with.
Just want to fuck those boys. There's this Gap commercial that keeps playing on one of the platforms Sam and I watch content on. I can't remember which. I think it was the Paramount
Disney
thing.
Plus.
But I watched that. Yeah.
No, I was about to say.
There's just the young teen movies mostly. So the commercial keeps popping up and it's Gap, and it's weird because they have all these. Remember what? Not to name names. But a boss you had at one point who was going to shoot a commercial, a very diverse commercial. Mm-hmm. So this was a very diverse commercial, and it's all these people.
All white people?
No, there's it was actually real diverse. They had, a crippled kid. I don't know. That was the opener. Like, look at these sweet pants I can't walk around in.
They had a cripple. They had a retard. They had a...
Well, yeah, I said cripple. So...
There's a difference.
No, there's not. So they had all these people walking around in Gap clothes, and then for no reason in the middle of the commercial they have this shirtless boy dancing around, and you can't really see the pants or the shoes, so it's like, what are we advertising? His body? So I just kept joking with Sam, and I was like, I just want to fuck that boy. Like, the next scene is him in the hoodie. I was like, why didn't you just have the scene with him in the hoodie? You're selling clothes, not his body.
Well,
I think on the side they were like, hey, check out our link if you want to see our OnlyFans of this kid's butthole. Speaking of,
No, we're gonna leave that alone.
no, we're not.
Nope.
Speaking of,
I'm not.
you and Steve have a side project.
We are. It's secret, and we're not gonna get into it.
See how I get you to talk about things you don't want to talk about. You and Steve have a side project where you're going to be selling pictures of your butthole on OnlyFans, and it's technically not illegal for underage people to buy them because it's a subscription model. I haven't even had that much caffeine.
I'm not
today.
drinking around you anymore. We'll have Steve on the show and we'll talk about it.
Can't. I only got 2 mics.
He can sit in your lap like he does at the bar.
I get that butthole for free. Anything else you want to bring up or plug for this week?
Butt
plug?
Not really. I don't really have anything new.
You say like a stupid person. Sorry.
Jeez. Anything else?
Yeah, here's the album I'm gonna pick for our second Patreon episode. You're gonna love it.
I already see it, and I hate you.
This album was very influential on me during my formative years. I especially like the song. Humpty bump, do got it bump, bump.
The fact that you actually that looks like a box set.
Yeah, they made a double album.
Oh.
Wow,
so 20 songs about California and random mumbling.
Only one. Getting born in the state of Mississippi. Papa was a papa and a mama was a hippie.
I'm going to have to start drinking before I come. Here. Yeah.
Speaking of places I've had to rip you out of because you're a drunken mess, there's a new distillery in Savannah.
I was like,
you're more a brewery guy. Well, you probably don't even like breweries because their beer isn't PBR.
I like good beer.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, this is for here. Like, when I want to sit down and enjoy a good beer, it's not in a bar guzzling.
You just like hate fuck PBRs?
Yes.
I want to enjoy this. I have to.
Yes, this is just filler with alcohol. But I like to sit down and enjoy a good beer. Not where I'm like talking to 20 other people, having 20 conversations with people. And
what's a good beer to you? Like Yingling?
Oh, God. No. Like, they're different. Easy there, footsies. There's like different stouts and porters, and I like coffee stouts. I like breakfast stouts, but it's got to be.
You keep moving.
Because I'm a human being. I'm animated.
Have some mic.
I have a loud enough voice. I've been looking at the little wigglies.
You're animated in the way that Japanese porn is animated. So many tentacles.
Oh my God. That reminds me, I got to call your sister. Sorry.
What?
That's for calling me fat.
I mean, fair enough.
She doesn't call me fat.
She doesn't call you fat?
Mm-mm.
She would if she met you. Because you're a bad person. I got to give her one of these. Just keep it around your ankles at all times.
Oh, so I can use it?
You heard it here first. The Humphrey. Super into feet. Trisha's going to be mad that you spent all the rent money on foot porn again.
It won't be the first time. It won't be the last.
I think that boob men and butt men can finally come together to defeat the true evil of the world, which is feet men.
Feet men.
It was like MTV Strange Addiction or something. And it was a metal singer who had a foot fetish, and he just broke up with a girl, and he was trying to get back out into the dating scene. And I was like, "Oh, metal singer with a foot fetish. This should be real easy." And they were going through his lyric process, and it was him going, "I like feet in my mouth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like feet." And I was like, "God damn, this guy just needs to die."
I was thinking maybe
this guy shouldn't breed.
Maybe he broke up with her, so he cut her feet off and just. Because that would be metal.
Fucks the arches. I like feet in my mouth.
First of all, you were watching MTV.
That guy should
What are
not
you,
be
12?
That guy should not be allowed to procreate or make music. He probably tries to fuck to his own music. I like feet.
Maybe he should join a South Korean boy band.
There's not enough metal music that's about feet for him, so he has to make his own.
Oh, it's really not. This watch works.
No.
No, it doesn't. Why do you... This is the one you were wearing today.
Yeah.
You were wearing a watch that doesn't work.
I like to look at it when it's the right time.
So twice a day.
Well, I'm not up at that first time. And I'm usually asleep by the second time. I wonder what that sounds like. Let's see what it sounds like with a capo.
Go ahead.
We'll fade this out as the outro.
So we don't have like
outro,
we don't have anything to say at the end.
Do you have anything to say?
Not really.
Oh, that was a really bad note.
I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Yeah.
I had a joke set up.
Okay.
Go ahead, play a little bit.
What should I play?
Play Every Rose Has Its Thorn or something generic like that. Woo! That was all I had.
So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. I don't actually know the chords. I did a pretty good job, though. I just guessed.
That was terrible. No, I mean, the
So
song...
rock me,
that song is
mama,
terrible.
like the wind and the rain. Rock me. Oh, that's not the right chord. All right, buddy. Well, thanks to all our listeners that stuck around through our racist rants.
Yeah, this has been the weirdest one.
Follow the link in the description for your copy of Mein Kampf. We're giving it away for our we're giving it away to our 6 millionth subscriber.
Wow. Well,
I support Palestine. Fuck yourself. I don't support.
I don't care about either one of them, to be honest with
which
you.
country I really support right now?
What?
Whichever one that lady's from.
Which lady?
The Tapatateo one.
That would be America.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. America.
All right,
America.
love you, buddy.
I love you.
This podcast is officially over.
Rock on.